To install the first course, start by cutting off the rain screen tabs along the bottom of the back side of each panel that will be mating with the starter strip using snips or a hand grinder. Make sure you actually cut off the tabs rather than trying to bend them out of the way, which could damage the panel and cause the panel to not sit in the starter properly. Position the first panel without tabs into the starter strip and butt against the corner or trim. Using a short level, check to ensure that the panel is level and aligned with the corner or trim. Use a level on every panel or accessory to ensure that the panels stay level from panel to panel and course to course. This is important because the panels cannot be cheated up or down to make up for being out of level. Fasten the panel to the wall using the required number of number 8 by 1.5 inch stainless steel wood screws with pan or truss heads. Position screws evenly across the fastening flange of the panel. When working on adjoining stone walls, you may find it best to work on both walls simultaneously in a stair-step pattern, as it helps in making fine adjustments to the panels as you work up the wall. Starting from a corner, place the second course panel onto the mating groove on the top of the first course panel and slide into position. Stagger the second and subsequent courses so there is at least 3 to 5 inch offset. Next, select a second panel, remembering to alternate panel widths randomly. Check the panel style to ensure that it varies from the design of other panels near it. Position it into the starter strip and slide to mate into the first panel. Panels should fit snugly together without leaving an unsightly gap. Check to ensure that the panel is level and aligned with the previous panel. End the course by cutting the panel to size if needed. The cut end of the panel should face away from high traffic areas. If the stone ends at PVC millwork, make sure to leave an 1/8 inch clearance to allow for expansion. Use a long level to verify that the entire course is level. Since each subsequent course will only be as level as the previous courses, unlevel panels can lead to unsightly horizontal gaps between courses. Step back from the wall frequently and check the look of your installation. Avoid repeating patterns. Continue installing panels as previously shown. To assure a snug fit, if necessary, tap panels into place with a rubber mallet and a piece of wood. Small adjustments to get level can be made by raising the panel with a crowbar or substituting another panel to optimize mating. Composite shims may be necessary for adjusting the panel. We recommend that trim installed around openings should project out from the wall a minimum of 2 inches to cover the cut panel edges. This can be accomplished by using 2 layers of 5/4 nominal thickness restoration millwork PVC trim at windows and doors. In our case, we'll be installing the second layer of PVC trim after the stone panels are installed. If necessary, use a wet saw to notch panels around a window or door. In our case, we planned for the area under the window to end in a full course, so notching is not necessary. Under windows, you may install a sill or PVC trim. We'll be installing a sill. Install the sill as previously shown. Then measure and install the panel that butts to the sill. Leave an 1/8 inch gap where stone meets millwork to allow for expansion. When you reach the top of the door or window, notch out the panels to fit around the window or door. But if the bottom of the stone panel aligns with the frame or brick mold, you may use a piece of starter strip to lock in the bottom of the panel. Remember to cut off the bottom rain screen tabs prior to placing panels on the starter strip. There are several ways to finish the top course. If the fastening flange has not been removed, a PVC trim board can be used to hide the fastening flange at the top of the course. Another way to fasten the top course is to rip-cut the stone to fit up to the soffit, in which case you'll have to face fasten the panel. Measure, then rip-cut the stone panels to height. Then, drill a pilot hole through the stone panel using a 7/32" masonry bit. Try to locate the holes so that it does not go through the stainless steel insert. You may not be able to drill through this part of the panel. Drill a countersinking hole in the same location, using a 3/8" masonry bit, making sure to leave a minimum of a 1/2 inch of stone behind the head of the screw. If the screw has minimal or no engagement into the substrate, remove the screw and re-drill the countersinking hole deeper. Drive screws into the panel. Do not overdrive the screws as you will crack the panel. Use color-matched exterior grade sanded caulk to cover the screw head. For new 2-story home construction, it is recommended to leave a 3/8" gap between the top of the stone course and soffit during installation to allow room for the house to settle and to keep the top course of the stone panels from crushing the soffit. To finish off the installation, we'll now install our second layer of 5/4 nominal thickness restoration millwork PVC trim. At the bottom, we'll caulk in a trim piece to fill the gap between the window bottom and sill. To install around penetrations, take measurements for the location of the penetration. For odd shapes, it may help to create a template by tracing the shape of the penetration to be cut around onto a piece of cardboard or scrap wood. Transfer the measurements or shape onto the stone panel. Then, use a hole cutter or an angle grinder with a diamond or masonry wheel to cut out the shape. Test the panel for fit and modify as required, then install. For vertically transitioning from stone to another cladding material, PVC trim or vinyl accessories such as butted J-channels can be used to transition between claddings. When horizontally transitioning from stone to other cladding materials, make sure to properly flash the joint according to applicable building codes in your area. Use the guiding principle of diverting the water down, out, and away from the structure. First, install the stone sill. Keep factory edges on the outside ends and cut edges of the sill. Flash above the sill to divert water over the sill. Then install cladding above stone facade, as per the manufacturer's installation instructions.